Alright, hello, my name is Mr. Icarus, and this is going to be just sort of a public game cast. This is with the new team features in Dota 2. And I was looking around in the live games for a team-on-team match that was starting up, and was able to find this one. So we have World Star Hip Hop Gaming against
10 seconds remaining.
against Renegades of Hell. Haven't seen either of these
5
teams
seconds
before,
remaining.
but I do like the idea of casting these sorts of matches. As far as the pub games go, a lot better than trying to do the just random pub matches, because you're going to be playing with people that you don't know, having to deal with people that are being a little frustrating or pains in the butts or just trolling. So this should be a bit more interesting now that everybody's playing together. We know that there's going to be cooperation. Probably everybody's on TeamSpeak at least, and it should be a good match. All right, so captain's mode, of course, Magnus, Batrider, all the big, strong, your usual team fight initiators, that sort of thing, knocked out. Same thing, Nyx Assassin, Wisp, Phantom Lancer, which is an annoying one.
Invoker.
But okay, last pick up on World Star Hip Hop
Radiant
Gaming.
team pick.
I'm just gonna call them World Star. Keeper of the Light, Shadow Demon, Gyrocopter, Lifestealer, and Invoker. Invoker's going to be on mid. Lifestealer may be jungling, which would put... Actually, maybe he's going to be in lane. I just can't help but imagine that they're going to have a solo lane on here. Although Shadow Demon and Keeper of the Light would make for a messy tri-lane. On Renegades of Hell, Darkseer, Rubick,
10
Lina, and
seconds
Templar
remaining.
Assassin. Templar probably going to take mid, of course, and Darkseer
5 seconds
more
remaining.
likely than not on a solo off lane. So we can expect to see a tri lane here
Reserve time.
on the bot lane for Radiance. But I'd be interested to see who they pick next. Lone Druid was banned out, but I don't think they'd pick him up. Man, Phantom Assassin would have been great, or Phantom Lancer would have been great. And in a reserve time, 1 minute left. Hopefully they'll pick somebody quick. And I'm waiting for it. I mean, so far, a lot of nuke going to be able to come out of Lina. Lifestealer, of course, going to be a bit tankier, but Shadow Demon, Keeper, Invoker really going to have to watch out for that. The Rubick's going to be a great handy pickup. There's a lot of very useful abilities that he could be snagging here. And Darkseer, of course, is always
Mirana.
just a powerful offlaner. Mirana. Very interesting choice for the second carry, and it looks like... Alright, everybody's picked him out, and we'll go ahead and list them as soon as we get loaded into the game here. Nope, nobody said anything yet. Unicornpower, Viridian, Twig. It'd be very interesting to see where the Lifestealer goes. I'm positive Invoker's going to be mid. He needs those levels. But Gyro... Maybe Gyro on a solo lane? I don't really know, but it'll be definitely be interesting to see what they pick up. Mirana's ulti is definitely going to be useful for any kind of ganks and stuff. A lot of burst damage with Lina and Rubick. Templar Assassin
10
too when she gets her
seconds
farm
remaining.
up. And with points in a refraction
5
early,
seconds remaining.
can really start kicking in some extra damage. Alright, and we're in here. The teams. Looks like Twig's going to be playing Invoker. We got Unicornpower on Lifestealer, Viridian on Gyrocopter, Karst on Shadow
Prepare
Demon,
for
and
battle.
CHEETALOL on Caudal. And down on the Radiant side, we're going to have Mirana, played by Rhol, MWL playing Darkseer, Reptilia playing Lina, Golita, my bad, playing Templar Assassin with a very cool outfit. I think the entire third insight set. Yep. And Vaughn's on Rubick. So yes, Rubick and Mirana going bot lane. There's Lina on the try, and alright, yes, Templar's taking mid and Darkseer on the off lane. And it looks like Gyrocopter is going to be the one going mid on the Dire, so that, I guess Invoker's taking top? Will he be taking solo top lane?
30
Yes, there's going to be an
seconds to
aggressive
battle.
try on the bot lane. Looks like they're going to send Lifestealer to farm up on there. And it'll be very interesting to see what happens with a 3-on-3 lane like this down here at bottom. Viridian picking up extra sentries, going to make sure knows that he's going to be going up against the Templar assassin, so that'll definitely preclude her from being able to meld and just get away safely. So that's definitely a good move on Gyrocopter's part. Not sure what the skill level for this match is, but I'm assuming it's, you know, at least high, if not very high. We'll see. So people did start to pick it up, and definitely going early soul ring, very much an off-laner build, or solo off-lane build, and Reptilia going to throw down the sentries here. These sentries actually very useful because it precludes them from putting down any wards there or there. Not so much this one, but basically blocking the medium camping areas that would be a little harder to see. Oh, hold on just a sec. You're going into it, and already disruption. Lina may be going down here, taking a lot of damage, trapped in between the couriers. Not the couriers, I'm sorry, the creeps and the trees. And wow, just a lot of damage. First blood does go to the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon very low, but able to make it out. And Rhol Mirana actually having to go through. Well, it did pick up a lot of regen, so that's definitely a good thing. This is going to be a little bit of rough. Lifestealer did open wounds first, so, and rage, so he's not going too much in lifesteal. It does have tangos though, and you know, 3 supports, so it'll be a little bit stronger for him. Here on the mid lane, let's see how they're doing. Golita, go take a look at the last hits denies. Gyrocopter is pulling ahead, 2 more so far, along with 2 denies. Golita only able to get 1. Definitely making harass of that that rocket barrage to try and knock her back. Hasn't dropped any of the sentries yet, but I'd be interested to see, you know, when or if he does. And I really can't help but feel like Darkseer is going to be the one who has the advantage here in the top lane against the Invoker. Darkseer all the way with 8 last hits against Invoker's 1. Invoker not able to take, very squishy initially. Well, 700, but still, I mean, pretty squishy initially. Not able to take all this damage from the Ion Shell, which is really going to harass him back. Also, not the longest range on his right clicks, so that'll also make it very hard. Plus a low base attack damage. In the bottom lane, looks like we're going to see Rubick going down too. That's another 2 kills. I should say that's 2 kills total to the Dire here on the bot lane. Great arrow, manages to hit him. Probably going to want to run ahead. Lina does get the stun off, and they're able to take Lifestealer out. That's going to be worth quite a bit to them. Mirana does get taken down by the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter picking up only 1 assist. And I find it very hard to decide which way this game is really going down here on the bot lane. You know, we're 3 for 3. All of our kills, I'm fairly certain. Yes, all of our kills in the bottom lane. Mirana did pick up 1. Definitely a much more even split between the Radiant heroes.
No.
And 1 death each apiece for all 6 of the guys down here. But 3 kills going the way of Shadow Demon. And of course, Lifestealer picks up the assists, and as does Coddle. But they won't be picking up the full gold like these guys were able to. So we'll see if that has any sort of effect as we get into the later game. Or, well, the mid game even. Plus, Lifestealer really having a rough time of it right now. Just in general, going up against a triple range lane, able to put out quite a lot of damage, and Lina is going to be able to pick him off. They might even want to just cycle him into the jungle at this point, although he's not really spec'd for it anymore, but really able to put out quite a lot of damage. Lina taking a bunch of hits, missed the arrow, but still able to take him out. And it looks like Radiant's going to totally pull back what was a little bit of a rough start here at the beginning. Can't tell if Disruptor was trying to illusion himself there or what. Probably not. No, and the illusions are able to get the kill. Shadow Demon picking it up, really becoming the dominant force in the bottom lane here. 4 for 2. And let's go ahead and take a look back at last hits. And Templar Assassin actually pulling quite a bit ahead. Does have Bottle already. And Gyrocopter still not dropping any sentries, although I guess not able to harass Templar to the point where she needs to meld. Very exciting, and the Darkseer really just rolling around, making it so that Invoker has to fight his tower for these last hits, which is just absolutely brutal. Kind of clever. I've never...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tells you what my experience is, how often I've seen that sort of thing. And Gyrocopter, of course, pushing the illusions, trying to push Templar back. His lane is a bit pushed in. It looks like he did drop one of the wards. Alright, go ahead and take a look at the last hits here. Bottom lane just... Man. Well, 10-2, 8-2, not that far apart. But, yeah, very active. Very active for this point in the game. Here comes Lina. Cool hat. I like it a lot. And Reptilia dropping down another sentry. They're going to be able to take that. Saw, perhaps, that the meld was getting caught. And that's going to be very useful, and that's going to make Gyrocopters work a lot harder. Give Templar kind of the free farm she needs. Up by 5 now. And that's going to be absolutely huge. And Dark Seer absolutely crushing Invoker in the solo top lane. He should be asking for some help. I don't think this bottom try is kind of working as well as perhaps they had hoped. Which again kind of really just shows you the advantage of, oh, here we go, see some more damage coming out. Looks like they're going to focus down Lina, and she will go down to Shadow Demon. Again, man, always to pick off those kills. Unicornpower does not have Rage or Open Wounds up, and here's the Gyro ulti. No, manages to force him back and prevent them from getting the kill on Karst, but other than that, I'd have to say that I think this lane is really going the side of ROH or Rats Out of Hell or whatever the hell their names are. We'll call it ROH. ROH! Twig up here just sitting under tower, taking a bunch of damage from all the creeps that are just sitting under there. And, oh man. MWL just farming up a storm. Does have Soul Ring, picking up the Ring of Regen. Probably going to turn this into... no, I'm sorry. Tranquil Boots, of course. Unless I'm crazy, in which case I'm crazy. Tells you how much I played Dark Seer. And man, my voice is getting a little bit rough here. Viridian against Golita. Golita really able to keep the advantage of Viridian, having to use Flak to just kind of get rid of those refraction stacks and push them back. Here we go. We see that they're pulling. Tries to go for the double pull, but no. Thwarted by Unicornpower and Karst coming in and dragging the creeps off to the side. They did drop a ward here to try to keep them from respawning, and that'll take effect in another 20, 30 seconds. They do not have the sentry here anymore and to be able to block that. But, oh, and we see the smoke.
Dire's top tower is
kind of an interesting smoke considering where they are and how close they are to these guys. There goes the arrow. That's going to be a fairly long distance arrow. Still stunned. There goes the disruption, and no! Unicornpower able to get off the Rage just in time. For those of you who don't know, Rage is basically a BKB, grants magic immunity for 5 seconds at the current level. 6 max, and oh my god, Rubick should have been killed there. Okay, if Coddle hadn't changed targets, but is able to take down Lina, and no, bad targeting will miss Rhol. Maybe a little more towards the middle of the lane, and would have been able to pick that one up. But in any case, so with only one loss, not the best smoke, but and I don't think they were able to kill anybody. Take a look at that. Lina died. Nope. Unable. A lot of back and forth going on here on mid, and top lane just the same old thing. MWL, as soon as the creeps go, he goes around, pulls them around to the side, and just keeping all that harass up on Invoker. Twice as much CS basically as Invoker has at the moment, and there's just not a lot you can do. Not a lot you can do about it in that lane. I mean, Invoker at least getting his levels, not the farm he's going to need. Really needs a better farm than that, I think. But you know, good play by MWL here. Gonna give them the advantage in the top lane. Kind of cripple this Invoker, especially in the early mid, and just make him a little bit less of a threat to be deal with. He's gonna be getting his levels probably, but yes, he's definitely getting his levels. Yes. He's getting his levels, which is of course necessary for any Invoker. You definitely need to have a ton of points to dump in all your QWE, your Quaswex, and Exort. But he doesn't have a lot of, he just doesn't have the gold. So we'll see how he does as we move on into it. Lifestealer only able to finish off a magic wand and boot so far. You can take a look at his last hits again. Basically 25 for Mirana's 17. I mean, he is doing better than them, but I mean, his support's having a little bit of a time. They are taking harder hits down here. He's died, I believe, twice. Yes, twice now with 0 kills. Did manage to get a few assists off, but Mirana going a little far here. Gets slowed, but is able to leap out. Misses the Illuminate from Coddle, and is going to be able to make it out just fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Lina and everybody else is going up top. They're going to try to do a smoke gank on Invoker. This is going to set him even farther back. I'm sorry, Invoker's not even here anymore. Did Invoker die? Yes, Invoker died to Rubick, so they already got him. Looks like they'll try and take... That they would have tried to take Gyrocopter, but it looks like they've shown now the creeps kind of walked around and found him. So that's a little bit rough, but we do have 3 up here in the top lane. They're going to have to defend that tower if they want to keep it. And a Templar Assassin going to move in for a few hits. Mirana really in kind of danger zone here, though. If she can get disrupted and... disrupted, slowed by the Lifestealer, and this sploosh just something she really needs to be able to dodge, which she's been doing spectacularly so far. But well, you know, 1v3 is never any fun. And this, you know, I think the Coddle too. There's a little bit better positioning on it. Mirana is going to take this hit. Yep, a lot of damage, 225. Coddle just kind of needs to use this better positioning over here in the woods and stay hidden. And it looks like we're getting a lot of pushback on the top lane. Gyrocopter moved back, and I believe we'll see Invoker go down here, taking quite a lot of damage from the... There's the invisibility. And boom! Sentry's down already. Rubick drops the sentry, and they do secure the kill. Super useful, and actually not the best invisibility getaway that Invoker could have had. They do see the footprints because they're getting slowed and stuff at that time. And when Seer has that Iron Shell, all he has to do is stand next to him or near him. So as long as he can see that he still has footprints up, then he'll know that he's still taking that damage. Wow, ton of damage coming out of Templar Assassin. She's going to have to pull back, taking a lot of damage. And whew, very close arrow there. Was able to dodge it. Templar Assassin definitely picking up the kills, and so far the kill leaders, Karst on Shadow Demon, they're really just managing to pick up all those last hits. Going to toss them in, and will we see another death here? There's the slow. Not moving too fast, and I think Viridian will go down here. There's the vacuum, and yes, Seer picks up the kill.
You're no peer of the Seer.
MWL really just wrecking the top lane, and I think he's going to show to crush it. Seer, just a pretty insane offlaner. I think a better choice, I mean, I don't know, I can't remember how early they picked Invoker. But a better choice for Invoker after, because the Seer was one of the first 2 picks on the Radiant side. Better choice than Invoker for that solo top lane would have probably been Clinks, maybe. I remember seeing a game where Clinks did respond very well to a solo Seer in the lane and was able to not only secure farm, but secure a kill. Then WL pushing him back off his tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's great to see this many wards in the game too. Alright, Unicornpower starting to farm. Picking up his last hits is going to catch up, get up to ahead of his solo mid. Gyrocopter not farming nearly as much as I would have expected at this point. Man, those arrows are just a little scary. But Invoker definitely behind Mirana, very far behind. But she is sort of just the semi-carry, I guess, of the group.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Better to have her there for a bit of utility
Dire's middle
and support. Did finish Ring of Aquila. I would expect to see these Iron Branches go into a Magic Wand anytime now. And Seer finished up the headdress. Probably going to go, absolutely going to go mech. Well, no, maybe pipe. But I would expect a mech. And Lina taking a lot of damage from the Lifestealer. Never want to get caught one-on-one with a Lifestealer. Rubick did manage to pick up the Rocket Barrage and is going to destroy Keeper of the Light here. Oh my gosh, that was an absolutely great pickup to have. Level 4 Rocket Barrage. A lot of damage against those squishy characters, and definitely not expecting it to pop out of Rubick like that. And probably going to go down here, yes, to the Lifestealer. Lifestealer able to do quite a lot of damage. Again, one-on-one, he'll be picking up 2 kills, so he's evening himself out. And that's going to be a bit a bit rougher. Dark Seer going to try and go for the kill here on...
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yes,
under
and Lina
attack.
is able to pick it up, and let's go down here. We do have Karst chasing Rhol down. Has 1 stack?
Radiant's top tower is
Oh, I'm
under
sorry,
attack.
Soul Catcher did pick him up, but unable to catch up. And Mirana does have the run in. No! She turns around, gets hit by an urn, and we'll see if this is enough damage, if he's going to be able to finish it off here. Or yes, does get the kill. And Mirana for a Shadow Demon, if you ask me, is a very, very generous trade indeed. I'm going to shut her down. Mirana here, 4, 3, and 5, only 25 last hits. Gyrocopter, of course, much more in the way of last hits and denies. Go ahead and take a look at the XP graph. Radiant pulling ahead. They do have 6 more kills than the Dire at this point, so I would expect the gold graph to be falling about the same. Yep, 5,000 ahead. And they do have the tower advantage too. 2 towers down? Yes, 2 towers down to 0 for the Dire. So WSG really going to have to get together. They do have very strong team fight, but I think they're going to have to kind of
Dire's
more
bottom
effectively
tower
put it to
is under
bear
attack.
on this game. Their biggest problem is that they're going to be able to have an Invoker that's not going to be able to really contribute to the same
Dire's bottom
degree,
tower is under attack.
or to the degree that they would need and would perhaps hope for. But we'll see what kind of how he ends up contributing. Gyrocopter, of course, able to do an insane amount of damage and pick up farm extremely quickly with Flat Cannon, and Lifestealer, a very scary heavy, although a little less effective in this game, just being as ROH didn't pick up any particularly tanky heroes, right? So he doesn't have anybody that was going to give him an insane amount of lifesteal. I don't believe anybody on ROH has above 1,000 health yet. Yeah, I mean, it's only 16 minutes in, but it'd be interesting to see. Here we see the middle push. They're going to go in for the kill, and I do believe Templar Assassin's going to be able to pick it up. No, Gyrocopter does make it out just fine. Shadow Demon in a very dangerous spot. Templar very able to put out a lot of damage, and no, they're going to pull back. There is the invisibility, and Rubick did go down fairly early in that. Invoker coming back, try to get some of his farm. 38, Mirana really falling behind. I think we're really going to see Templar Assassin kind of just being the go-to for any sort of damage, which is expected. Templar definitely a heavier carry than Mirana, although we would have hoped that with the success that that Radiant had, or ROH had on the bottom lane, that Mirana would have gotten a few more last hits, especially being ranged against the Lifestealer, and been able to take it. But they were going against a Coddle and a Shadow Demon, so that's a little rough. Shadow Demon, of course, with the urn, so that popped before. And a smoke not exactly used yet. Keeper of Light probably going to be picking up this. No, not yet. Figured that would have been coming.
Yeah.
Yep, there go the wards. And Lina doing drums. Go ahead and take a look at the level here. Hero level 12, 11, 11, 11. So yeah, Invoker able to get ahead there. Dark Seer. You know what? I think as we see this game go on, we're going to see Dark Seer have a lot more utility than Invoker, which is really just a shame in this particular case. Mirana going to go down to a fairly massive gank. Not a lot you can do about that. In Invoker coming around bot. Seems like he did miss the Lina. Lina, of course, now knowing that they're all there. And pulled the lane, which is perhaps why Mirana was able to get caught out so absolutely rough. But they are going to pull back. They know that 4 of them are down there by the tower, and Lifestealer has switched completely over to the jungle now, so he'll just be farming there until it's time for him to come out and contribute to a team fight. Looks like Rubick did steal the whirlwind off of Invoker. Not the most effective move, but and very, very nice. 3 people. Here comes the wall. Not the best one. Not able to follow up with a vacuum, but Invoker will go down very early. Shadow Demon does able to take out Templar Assassin. Took a lot of damage from the rocket barrage. Here we go. See it pop it again. Split up between 3 of the other guys. 3 of ROH's members. So unable to do quite as much damage. They are going to dive the tower here, and I think they'll probably be able to pick up the kill here on Coddle, no? There's the blast. She's blinded for now. And yes, does manage to land the arrow and get the kill on Keeper of the Light. So that pulls him ahead 19-12. The big score of Lifestealer, of course, now he's going to be pushing their bottom lane, just picking up quite a lot of farm. Go ahead and take a look at his last hits here. 87, definitely pulling far ahead. But without the kills, and they do take the bottom tower. Without the kills that Templar had. 2-1, 2-0. No. Well, you know what? I mean, Mirana not farmed as well, but 6-4, definitely in the midst of all the team fights, and contributing quite a bit of damage. I guess I can just look at the net worth. Mirana up there, yes, I mean, beating out even Gyrocopter, although not by much, so. Radiant side definitely with the initiative so far, really keeping WSG back on their toes, and Templar picks up an invisibility. Oh, that's rough. WSG does have ward cover though, so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to pick that up. Templar gonna take no damage from the sploosh. It's really just kind of a good pick against Coddle in those ways. I mean, the sploosh only takes out one instance of the shield. Yeah, avoiding damage. So I mean, so that's, you know, 450 or something like that. I'm not sure what the max damage per second. 500. Okay, so 500, 75% of that. I mean, it's just that much damage that you don't have to deal with the majority of the time on your main carry. Very useful and something I'm definitely going to keep in mind in my matches coming up. Sorry, my voice is sounding a little rough today. It's been a pretty long day. Templar Assassin going to be farming, and we'll see Rubick getting out a little far ahead. Does steal. Looks like Tornado again. Little low in levels. Somehow I expected him to be high enough to steal too. Several minutes until he dies. I guess he could steal 2 at any time, huh? Can anybody tell I've never played Rubick? Alright, Twig, CHEETALOL, and Karst looking to defend the mid tower against this push. 3 of them, but I don't think they're going to go in for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go Roche right now, but there is the ward there. They will be able to see it. And yes, use the courier to gain sight up onto the cliff. And very clever. I love that chicken too. Gain sight up on the cliff and take those wards out. So counter warding, a huge thing that you just don't see in lower levels of play. Gyrocopter going to be finishing up his BKB. Probably going to be, well, yeah, shoot, it's going to be very useful for him to be able to pump out that damage that he needs without getting, you know, stunned by Mirana or Lina or anything like that. Or just blasted down by Lina for that matter. Looks like Lina is going to be going, I would be very surprised if she was going anything other than Aghanim Scepter. But it could be wrong. Hasn't gone for Arcane Boots yet either. And Templar Assassin does pick up the Chrysalis. Blink Dagger, of course, very useful. She can go meld, go invisible, and as soon as Blink Dagger's up, blink out. Assuming, of course, the enemy team doesn't have any sight, which people have been very good about in this game so far. Look at the last hits. Of course, Darkseer really quite far ahead. And man, Coddle, even with the sploosh, playing, you know what, playing a good support, staying down at 27. So right now, I think, you know, we're just kind of seeing a lot of free farm, running around, kind of making the most of it while waiting for, or the carries at least, including Lifestealer. Templar Assassin and Lifestealer basically just jungling, making the most of this dead time while waiting for basically the members of the other team to make the first move. Everybody's kind of just sitting here, frozen, waiting for someone to show and give up an advantage. Templar Assassin picks up the illusion. That's going to come very useful if they can get that off in a team fight. And, oh, and here's the smoke. I think we could be seeing something big happen here. They go right up the mid lane. They will be running into 4 of them. Lifestealer just around the corner. There goes the tornado. And they are going to initiate on Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter goes down nearly immediately. No, is saved and able to pop an illusion. Does go down, but does a butt ton of damage to Lina, along with the Keeper of the Light, Sploosh. Illuminate, sorry, we call it Sploosh in the group that I play with. Able to do a massive amount of damage and just take her straight down. So there's 1 for 2 so far. Shadow Demon did go down, and there's another charge. Man, takes out the illusions, but again, man, that the refraction's just... God, refraction is great against Illuminate. Completely negates the danger that Illuminate would present to the side of the team. A lot of points into Chakra Magic, nothing in Mana Leak. I guess they were able to down Lina, you know, regularly, but I could see Mana Leak being pretty useful for just reducing what ROH is able to do in team fights. So he, you know, he'll be throwing points into that next, but that's a little bit interesting. And here comes the charge, but again, not going to be doing anything to Templar Assassin, and we'll see. Oh man. Getting caught out. One, Golita all by herself. Did get frozen down. There's the sentry and is going to get absolutely destroyed. Whole team unable to get in there. Little bit spread out and just got, crushed by 5 of them. Not a lot you can do there. Bad planning, got a little bit too far ahead of yourself. And not nearly the aggressive kind of warding that WSG has on the Dire side. So a little less aware of, where people are coming from and all that kind of stuff. Probably a little less worried about it too, since Templar Assassin's able to put down these traps and keep track of the runes. DD rune going to be massively useful for whoever picks it up. Looks like Mirana is going to come scoop it up.
Are fortified.
Yeah.
Double damage.
And she'll be rolling around on top of it. There's still 4 of them up here. Don't really think that's the best way to go. There goes the arrow. Is it going to hit? Yes, collides with him. The rest of the team goes down, and it looks like no. Unicornpower turns around. There's the leap, going to try to get the kill off an Invoker before dying, and does. A lot of damage going the way of Gyrocopter. MWL looking to follow up with the Ion Shell. Knock down Karst, going to definitely be able to push him back. Unicornpower putting out a ton of damage. Does pick up the double kill, and it looks like Vans is on a killing spree. No, manages to finish off, and Unicornpower just cleaning it up. 3 kills. 4-3, a lot of damage coming out of Unicornpower, and Templar Assassin able to come in, but they just weren't able to do enough damage to him. They have a lot of magic damage. His rage is able to negate a good deal of that. Templar Assassin doesn't have the items yet that she needs for to really be able to kind of cut through the large amount of health that Lifestealer has. 1650 at this point. And it'll be interesting to see. I would be surprised if she didn't go Desolator or something, but it's possible someone else is picking it up. Mirana does have the Yasha, and I was very impressed with Mirana leaping out away from Lifestealer. Did have her slowed just so that she could get closer and in range of Invoker to be able to pick up that kill. Very good play. Very fun to watch play, at the very least, from Mirana there. So bravo. What's your name? Rhol. Good job. Very entertaining. Golita going to be farming up the enemy's jungle. Again, they don't have any wards up here, so she doesn't know there's 3 of them sitting up here. And if she wanders a little too close towards the small camps or anything around here, she's just looking for a bit of trouble. Alright, so here we go again, a little bit frozen, but no, Lifestealer going to get cat out, go for the kill on Rhol. Reptilia's there, 3 of them, don't show yet, no, and they drop down, and does try to pick up open wounds. That's going to be very useful, 30% life leech to all units who attack it. Definitely very, very good for your team fight, and the slow, of course, absolutely brutal. Very aggressive play here. Lifestealer going to go right back to jungling. Mirana should be able to hear that, but it's probably going to, just stay out of it. Looking for a little extra farm here. I'd be surprised if we don't see Unicornpower and Gyrocopter. Who's playing Gyrocopter? Move up. Yes, they do. Here they come. Viridian coming in from the side, and looks like Rhol is going to be pulling back. Does see the Unicornpower decided, I'm just going to take the farm. We don't need to be able to take this kill, and she can leap anyway, so it might be a little tricky to pick up. Sending back the courier, pick up one last thing, and looks like 2 guys did it. Sanj and Yasha pickup going to be happening on Mirana. Go ahead and take a look at the kills, deaths, assists here. Rubick with 6. Wow, 4. Invoker died 5 times, only pulled out 1. Go ahead and take a look at the net worth here. Invoker very low, lower than even some of the supports on the Radiant side. Again, yeah, like I said, he kind of just got crapped on up there in the top lane. Very difficult for him to be able to come back from that. You know, a little jungling and stuff, but but he does have a great deal of utility. So even if he's not putting out that kind of damage that they perhaps would want, he does have the utility to be able to freeze people, slow them, hit them with the whirlwinds, use cold snap, get the stuns off, all that kind of stuff that will really assist his team in a team fight. So Invoker definitely, could be far worse. He could be an underfarmed Faceless Void, for instance. Although the Chronosphere is probably not a good example because Chronosphere is crazy useful. But I don't know. Unfarmed Ricky? I don't know. But definitely has much more to offer than a equivalent carry-like character in this sort of situation. Mirana, again, getting very far ahead. 3 of them around here, and I do believe we'll see a very successful gank in short order. Lifestealer coming around the outside. First we see the open wounds. There's the slow. And no, does pop the ulti in order to get away. And it looks like all 5 are going to be coming up top to pick them back off. Shadow Demon and Lifestealer left alone. Lifestealer can't get caught out here. Rubick picking up Rage, and yes, they're able to knock down Lifestealer. A lot of burst damage, and damage coming off of that wall. Hey, and there we go. There's our mana drain. Did manage to spell it and get out of there, but still, woof. And Rubick, of course, avoiding all the damage from the Illuminate. Just absolutely great. Great play. Great play. Saw the opening, took it, managed to get a kill on their most dangerous player, Lifestealer, of course. A lot of money, a lot of gold, out farming
top tower has fallen
by quite a lot. And able to do quite a bit of damage. Terrible camera work going on here. Alright, so Reptilia picking up a little bit of extra farm. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gold XP graph. Radiant still only ahead by 5,000. Yeah, this graph's been kind of bumping around a couple times here. XP earned still around 5,000. You see a little sharper jaggies on that one. Team fights kind of splitting either way, or I should say not team fights. Team fights have been going overwhelmingly the way of the Radiant. ROH, but WSG definitely able to pick up a lot more individual solo and dual ganks that are allowing them to kind of keep in the game, especially while Lifestealer gets farmed straight the hell up. Lifestealer definitely picking up the Skull Basher will hugely assist in his ability to chase. Armlet, of course, very dangerous on any strength hero, and Assault Curious going to massively increase his attack speed and make him that much more dangerous and that much harder to kill as long as he's attacking. And doing quite a bit of damage. Let's see here, 121, 49, 170 against Templar Assassins. Alright, well, that's not even close, I guess.
tower is under attack.
Holy crap, man. 6 stacks of refraction. Does some crazy. Bonus damage, 80. Alright, so as long as Templar has a refraction up, doing a lot more damage. Oh, no, well, still doing a lot more damage. Okay. Did manage to finish the data list, that's an extra 80. Skull Basher, of course, not providing as much extra damage. Although, actually, Lifestealer with Armlet is going to be just as dangerous and hard to deal with. Great trap, manages to hit the entire team, and she's going to get out of there just fine. Can she meld out of this? Or will it even do anything through refraction? Will she pop refraction? Kind of hard to tell. Oh man, Rocket's getting fast. There's the dodge, and boom, does get hit. And I think, yes, managed to meld. Perfect timing, and get rid of it. Alright, so WSG going in for Roche. Unicornpower, of course, able to solo it at this point, really. But they definitely want to get it down fast before they realize. Reptilia, I think they all know, and they're going to be coming in. Do they have wards around here? No, just kind of figured that's what they would be doing since they were over there. Boom, arrow goes in. Viridian gets hit by both the arrow and Lina's Sunstrike. Or not Sunstrike, Call of Light or whatever the hell it's called. Light Strike Array. And boom, Gyrocopter goes down. Dark Seer does make it out with very low health. And Rubick going to be able to take down Lifestealer with the help of the rest of the team. Great arrow by Mirana. CHEETALOL going down, CHEETALOL. And it looks like Karst is going to go down here. Great chase and a ton of damage coming out of Templar Assassin here. And boom, a lot of damage. Rubick does pick it up. What does he double damage? Oh man, and was able to steal Shadow Poison. So maybe got a lot of stacks on there, but I think mostly just a few nukes and a DD to throw in a little extra damage that'll allow him to get those last hits and really contribute. Man, alright, so 4 down for no losses on ROH. This is really going to be kind of a changing fight. They are going to be able to pick up Roche now, grab the Aegis, and they're just going to push it down with this right here. Mirana picks it up, and I would be very surprised if they didn't just try to take mid tower and mid racks at this moment. Well, the mid racks might be a little tricky since the respawn timers are still fairly low. Last hits denies are so massive they don't mean anything anymore, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the KDA. Man, a lot of assists from Darkseer doing great work there. And again, Invoker just dying so early in these fights. He's just not getting enough chance to contribute. Still very squishy, I think. Just broke 1200. So. Who dislikes this shit? Let's take a look at this. 2 likes, 1 dislike. Gonna add another 1. 36 spectators. So, you know, not a huge game, but you know, some of these get 400 something. But man, enough people are watching it. Definitely very entertaining to watch. And something of a redundancy here with the sentry wards. Well, no, not exactly. I should know better. These are counter-warding wards, not watch for invisible people wards. And Rhol gonna just take a massive stack off the top. Like, probably, what, 3 waves of creeps? Lot of farm. Great deal of farm. Excellent, and that should allow her to catch up. Go ahead and take a look at XP is going to shoot up definitely towards the Radiant side. They did get those 4 kills in Roche. And gold, 12,000. Massive jump from not even 5 minutes ago. I didn't see who... Oh no, Mirana has the Aegis. Okay. I was expecting a concerted push a lot sooner, but I think they're going to kind of just wait for it. Rhol definitely running away. Don't want to burn the Aegis on a single Lifestealer. And does anybody know these couriers are supposed to be like the more matches you watch in the tournament, the better the courier looks or something like that? But I haven't seen any difference between the initial courier and the one with like a whole bunch of... One with no views and one with a bunch of views. Alright, here we go. Looking for the gank on him. He's just going to rage and TP out of there. He knows he can't die, or he can't afford to die at this point. Definitely, you know, his team's biggest, most dangerous member. CHEETALOL going to go down to Templar Assassin. Templar putting out massive damage, and if she hits those crits, doing just, yeah, ridiculous amounts of damage. And I believe the attack speed, what's her attack speed right now? Not super fast. Not super fast. I guess not a lot of attack speed items, and the agility's still a bit low. But empty EMP still look cool, man. Thanks for the contribute. And you know what? I think Invoker's big problem right now is that he doesn't have enough mana to be able to spam his abilities in a way that he would really... That would just be most useful, you know? I mean, just Scepter cooldown. Right now he's still having to deal with 12 seconds. That's rough. 12 seconds between being able to switch out his spells. He basically has to pick 2 and stick with it. Yeah, unless he can get an Aghanims at some point and then contribute. You know, I just don't see Invoker being a player at all at this point in the game. Mirana going for the solo push top and really just sort of hoping that Unicornpower isn't able to slow her down enough and the rest of the team able to pick her off. Although I should know better because Templar's here. Woohoo! Alright, so WSG really just looking for ROH to try to push, take the high ground, try to take a tier 3 tower, and give them the chance to initiate kind of on their on better footing. ROH definitely wanting to avoid getting caught, or I'm sorry, WSG definitely wanting to avoid getting caught out by ROH, who's definitely more farmed, more dangerous at this point. Yeah, that's really rough. I really think that it would have been... They would have had a much better chance because the lanes weren't that uneven bought. Or I say the lanes were pretty even bought. Mid wasn't a stomp. Templar didn't crush Gyro by any means, and Gyro can scoop up farm by the bucket load later on in the game as he just starts clearing entire creep waves. I really think that their big problem here is that they've ended up with basically a useless Invoker. So while, you know, while ROH have Rhol on Mirana with, you know, the arrow and the invisibility and all the kind of utility that comes out of that, Invoker is just not able to produce the same kind of contribution. I mean, you can see here he's trying to finish his Aghanim, he's trying to be able to switch out. But even then, you know, his mana pool is still only at 1100, and I haven't played it. I'm not an Invoker pro, definitely. I'm not even an Invoker mediocre, but Invoker mediocre and mediocre Invoker. But I mean, you know, his spells are expensive. You know, 175, 100. You can look at the spell list here. I mean, just 150, 125, 175, 200, 100. I mean, it's 75. Just the spells are expensive. You know, the spells are very expensive, and to be able to pump them out even once he gets Aghanims, he's gonna be able to throw a few, and that's kind of gonna be it. You know, it's definitely, you know, not as useful as it could be. And just totally got crapped on by very good plays, very solid play by MWL up in the top lane. All right, 30-17, and we're looking for the first big push on mid. This could be it. I do expect to see. Oh, they did catch Invoker out. There's the second push. Does miss it, and no, is able to cut across the top. All right, so we're looking at the Templar Assassin down by Lifestealer. Take a lot of damage, did get focused first. Very smart on the part of WSG. ROH looking for Reptilia to escape, and no. Clean up, definitely took advantage of their high ground and tower advantage. Reptilia losing a lot of mana here, and she's going to die. There's just no way you can get away. And Keeper of the Light able to take it away. So no deaths on WSG, able to close the gap on kills a little bit and take out all but Darkseer. Darkseer, of course, able to surge? Yeah, surge away. So he'll be looking for some farm right now while that's going. They do have quite a tower buffer lead on the towers right now. They still have 1 tier 1, 3 tier 2s, and all of their tier 3 towers up still. So, you know, don't have to worry about a concerted push as much crushing their base while they're all down. No need for buybacks. Save your cash. We're going to come back out and we're going to destroy them now that they're a little bit farther away from base. Do we have TPs? Invoker does have TP, TP, TP. Okay, yeah, so everybody will be able to get out of there should they need to. But this is definitely going to slow their push somewhat. And Roshan not up for another 2 minutes. CHEETALOL dropping wards, getting a little bit more better situated for the fight that they know is going to be coming. Pick up some extra gold and, you know, you can harass them a bit, but other than that, what can you do?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Gyrocopter picks it up, and they do stop it. So they are able to take 2 towers. That's going to be a little bit rough. 4,000 gold total going to the side of... going inside, yep, and there you can see the dip, that corresponding dip that comes around. Maybe they'll be able to take mid tower here. I would be surprised if they were completely unable to, but no, we're going to see some attacks coming here. Templar Assassin, very slow, very slow. Rubick picking up more of Shadow Poison, and going to have to try to make the best use of it, but man, I'm picking up kind of just those killer moves that would just crush them. There goes the wall, a lot of them. Coddle goes down immediately. BKB up on Viridian, not going to take a lot of damage. Unicornpower putting out a ton. Raged, of course, protecting him from most of that big spell damage from Lina. Lina having a little bit of trouble doing it. Someone I do believe did pop Staff, and yes, they're able to take down Shadow Demon. Invoker trying to get away here, even if he goes invisible, which he can, not enough. He's going to go down here. Boom, and there it is. A lot of chase coming out of Templar Assassin with that Blink Dagger, and will be unable to take it. So they're going to go ahead, buyback from Coddle. Looks like, yes, buyback from Coddle. He'll try to do probably a little bit of burst damage and scare them off a little bit, or at least slow them down. I don't think... Do we have buyback availability? No, most of them can't afford it, so we do have Lifestealer. Lifestealer, they're most damaging. But, and Glyph is popped, so if they can hold off just a little bit longer. Shadow Demon buys back as well. And they will be able to push them off the tower, but I don't think this is going to be enough to completely take it out. Invoker and Gyrocopter still down. Gyrocopter doing quite a lot of damage for them. 200 damage, yeah. Plus or minus. BKB is super useful. And being able to use flat cannons to just throw that everywhere. I guess, been putting points in his stats. Doesn't feel the need to throw anything else into the homing missile. It is a fairly good nuke, and with the squishiness, or relative squishiness of all these, I would have figured that maybe it would be worth those points, but what do I know? I mean, 150 mana, probably better with stats. As opposed to those 3 points. Man, those big agents sure do pop out a lot of money, don't they? Alright, so Lifestealer did finish the Assault Cuirass. Hasn't bought anything else yet, 2,300. Definitely saving for buyback unless he can get enough to completely crush. Gonna be replacing the wand with whatever he gets next. I would be surprised if it wasn't a heart or something to make him even tankier. But I could be completely wrong. A Daedalus would probably serve him well at this point. Or even just upgrading the Skull Basher to an Abyssal Blade. In order for him to finish that, what, 3,800? Yeah, 3,800 gold. Could be going for that. Add an extra 100 damage, which would be quite big, and allow him to really shove in a bit harder. All right, looks like ROH is going to try to pick up Roche again. Do have wards. What WSG does have wards and a little bit of knowledge. Ghost does manage to hit Lifestealer in the face. Going to try to slow him down. They are going to pull out and go for the team fight. Don't want to get caught in the Roche pit when all that's going down. Coddle blasted down by Lina. Unicornpower taking quite a lot of right-click damage, and boom, Golita able to take her down. Will they be able to knock down all the damage that's coming out from these barrages? Man, Viridian doing quite a lot of damage. Lina does go down, and it looks like Invoker will fall as well. There's the meld. Does get the farm. Oh, man. Absolutely great. Picks up the farm off of the fire elementals, and this is what they're called, isn't it? Forge spirits. The forge spirits. And with low health, they pick up the stunning thing, and they're going to hand it off to Mirana again instead of. I guess they figure Golita is a little more survivable than Mirana at this point, or. I mean, 15 armor plus 3, 14 armor, more health and armor. And a better escape. I don't know. I have no idea. But, again, they're able to take a lot... Well, no, they finished up Roche. That was the big thing. Finish up Roche, pick up the Aegis, look for another push. I don't believe they popped Aegis last time, though. Unless I completely missed it. They probably did. But I don't believe they've had popped Aegis last time, and it probably just got burned. Alright, Rhol, of course, farming on the bottom lane. Going to try to keep these lanes pushed a little bit forward. Still haven't been able to take a tier 3. WSG definitely, if not able to push through the advantage that ROH has, at least able to stop them for a little while, and they are able to pick up some farm, what with their lanes being pushed out so far. But they're going to have a hard time of it, you know, and most of their carries are going to be kind of fighting for farm in the jungle here. You know, you split your gold that many ways, and it's just a little bit harder to make the best use of it. Lifestealer gets caught out all on his own, 3 against 1, not able to do enough damage, and the sploosh does sweep them up. Invoker going to run away. They know that he's up there. Looks like Golita's going to go. Does have phase boots, I believe? Yes, phase boots, so very fast. Gives her that extra damage. Alright, and at this point, Lifestealer down with, I don't believe, the ability to buy back. Yes? No. Still 22 seconds. So they have 20 seconds. Not the full 60, but I think they're pretty sure that he won't be buying back right now. So they're going to look to try to make this push. I would be very surprised if Lifestealer doesn't buy back immediately as soon as in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Especially now Shadow Demon goes to go down. He has buyback. Will he do it? Will he follow through, or do they think that it's pretty much over at this point? Mirana does go down, and there's the Aegis popped. A bunch of extra damage going to come out here. And that's everybody except for Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter going to make it out. 200 health, and does he take the... No! Manages to dodge the arrow. Very close. Would have been a five-man complete sweep. And it looks like Lifestealer is going to look for... They haven't been able to take the tower still. There goes the glyphs, and this might be actually very beneficial for WSG as far as protecting their racks. Lifestealer going to go up. If he does get taken down here, he'll have buyback immediately after death, and we'll be able to really, I think, help. Especially with Golita running on 26, 27 health. You got to get out of there, man. And here comes Unicornpower. We're able to take both of the mid racks. A lot of damage coming out of Mirana. It does take an arrow to the face. Unicornpower suffering a bit there, but no, they'll be fine. Golita not going to be able to contribute much to this at all, though. Going to have to just run out of there. I mean, no health. No health whatsoever. Did pick up a Desolator. Woohoo! Called it. And, oh, it's just, come on. When does Templar Assassin not pick up Desolator? For some reason I thought that she would have picked it up before Daedalus, but whatever. What do I know?
I am compelled.
Unicornpower, not the best earn use from Shadow Demon there, but you know, Lifestealer able to pick up quite a bit of health from, you know, beating things up. So here comes another one. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it burst right there too. Yup, there it goes. There's the slow, and it looks like MWL got out a little too far. He's gonna get killed. No, baits them back. Rubick picks up open wounds again. Only ever had one at a time, I think. Like I don't see him picking up a lot of moves. Can he pick up 2 at once? I don't know. And Golita coming in, cleaning up. A lot of damage coming out of Unicornpower. No, 3 kills, 4. Terrible initiation. They kind of go in one at a time to try to save MWL. First MWL, then Rubick, then Templar Assassin. Only 2 left, and now's the time, really. They've only got coddled down. Now's the time when WSG really want to push in, take this tower, and try to go for the racks. ROH does have Glyph up, though, so we'll see when they, when or what they save it for. And man, Arrow just plows right through the middle of them, doesn't manage to hit anything. Still unable to kind of take the high ground, worried about the extra damage. So they've really got to hurry up with this one a bit if they want to try to take it. Buyback status? No. None of the down ones can buy back, so that's going to be... Oh man, Unicornpower almost going down. Burst damage from Lina. They do manage to take the tower finally, and here they go. They're going to try to even out the barracks. Way down on kills, way down in farm, but it's terrible, just bad initiation, getting caught out of place by ROH with the Dark Seer up there, and gets picked off and allows them to really turn it around. Come in one at a time without like everybody being there, and in the superior team fight and the superior farm that ROH has, all gums out for not going to take down the tier 4 towers, looking to try to take down the second one. They do have Templar Assassin still down, Mirana down for another 55 seconds. 2 walls, looks like he has a refresher orb, and yes, that's going to be just way too much damage for them to be able to handle. Lifestealer is able to buy back, and Lifestealer and Cuddle the only ones back. No. I was wrong. Gyrocopter, so huge turnaround there for WSG. Going to be very difficult as long as ROH manages to stick together, keep all their biggest hitters, you know, in one place, and not dying, you know, right off the bat, or feeding them one at a time like they did this last time. They should still be able to win this. I mean, they do still have the advantage, I believe, in gold as well as XP. Yeah, 15,000, but still managed to close down 5,000 with that last fight. Experience, not so much. Not so much doesn't matter these times, but you know, 20, 24, 16. Wow. 15, 16, 18, 21. Okay, so you know what? WSG is really going to just have to hope for them that ROH screws up again. Because, you know, as you can see, I mean, they mess up once like that, and WSG definitely has the ability to make the most of it. But, there's Gyrocopter picking up a lot of last hits. Yeah, WSG definitely able to make the most of an opportunity like that. If another one were to open up, definitely take another Rax, or even just go straight for the Ancient. Actually, is what I would expect them to do. Tier 4 tower, add half health roughly, and just try to knock it down. So as long as they don't get caught out, WSG really going to want to try to get those wards back out, see if they can't catch anybody by themselves while they're running around farming. But at this point, neither of the teams want to get caught one at a time. You cannot let your players get caught out. So I have to say, after that little turnaround, I would love to see WSG be able to pull this back. but we'll see if that happens. ROH definitely with a lot more farm, and the bigger issue, perhaps, way over-leveled compared to... Yeah, take a look at that. Way over-leveled compared to where WSG is right now. So Dire side going to have to look to try to make something happen one at a time. The big ones that they want to pick up, Templar, Assassin, and Mirana. Templar, Assassin, of course, being the big one. Templar Assassin won't be able to, needs more money to buy back. Did she not buy back initially? No, was unable to. So here comes the smoke, and they're looking for the kill. There she is, Mirana, and will they be able to pick her off? No, gets the leap away, out, and they're all coming down bot. They're going to try to charge it, but they know to stay back because, well, for one, there's a butt ton of creeps, and for two, all 5 of Radiant is now sitting right down there. All right. So coming back around, when is Roshan back up? Well, only 1 more minute, and man, 1 more minute, and $10 says ROH picks it up again. All they need to do is slow him down, get 1 more team fight. But as of right now, except for the bottom lane, you know, as far as getting to the Ancient is concerned, WSG ahead in towers despite being far behind in kills and farm. Alright, so they rotated around. Bottom looking for the push. Probably not going to find it. Especially now Lina running all the way out to pick up whatever. And Manta style going over to Golita. Just what they need. More damage and illusions. And she's pretty much maxed out as far as items go. I can't see her giving up. I mean, maybe Desolator for something insane, but no, all the money's going to get saved for buyback at this point. I mean, that's a full set of kit right there. You don't want to get rid of BKB. You don't want to get rid of Daedalus. That crit damage is just absolutely huge whenever it procs. Manta style. Well, for once you just bought it, but I mean, the illusions are going to be huge for also dissipating the damage, keeping her from dying at a crucial moment during a critical team fight and causing them to lose towers like they just did. Yeah, I don't see her picking up, you know, much more outside of that. Lina, of course, going very steady and woof, going for the fast Roche takedown. They do see them and they're coming in for the kill. And I think here we'll be seeing Unicornpower able to pick up the Aegis. Will anybody pick up the cheese? Yes, I believe Viridian has the cheese. Will he be able to use it before he dies? Yes, boom, instant heal. Going to do quite a lot. And she goes down immediately. Do we see the buyback? Does she have buyback? No. Oh my god. This could be huge. Initiation trying to kill him, and Roche. Roche is able to get down just in time. Gyrocopter able to pick up the cheese. Does go down eventually, but Mirana here gonna die to Unicornpower. Unicornpower did pop the Aegis. Having him around twice in one fight, just a little bit too much to handle. And that's their 3 biggest down. They gotta push. Push mid. Take the Ancient. Now's your chance. And here we go. Yes, definitely. They're going to try to do as much damage to these creeps in as little time as possible. Got to push down. You've only got 60 seconds. And it's still going to be a little bit rough. Dark Seer is going to have his wall in another 40, so they got to try to get in there, push it down, knock down these waves. They do have Coddle. They do have Shadow Demon. They can knock down these waves pretty quick, but they're not knocking them down nearly as fast as they should. Come on, Keeper. It's got to be blasting them. Just blast them. 30 seconds until Templar's back up, and they know that this is the last of it. Really got to kind of do as much as they possibly can. There goes the mana drain on Darkseer. Darkseer going to have to push back. There's the glyph. They'll take out these guys right now. Wipe down the creeps and look to take the tower. If they can take this tower before they're back up, they should be able to take the Ancient. Just focus on the Ancient, guys. Do as much damage to it as you possibly can. This is your only chance, really.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Excuse me, not enough time. Unicornpower doing a ton of damage. Rage to try to keep them from being able to stop him from doing this. Does get taken down. They only needed to hit a couple more times, and boom! WSG takes it back. ROH just way ahead the whole time. Couple bad team fights, 1 bad initiation, and 1 terrible Roche fight. Weren't able to get there soon enough. Weren't able to initiate soon enough, and WSG able to turn it in to a crazy win. Just absolutely brought that game back. And from a level, kill, and money deficit. Great play by both teams. WSG, congratulations.
blazes?
An absolutely stellar team match. Alright, so this is Mr. Icarus. I'll be doing more of these kind of casts in the future, and then whenever a tournament comes up that I can catch the beginning of, I'll start broadcasting those. But these are basically noob casts for noob players, or just anybody who likes to hear a guy who's a little who's not a pro get very excited about watching good people play. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in, and this has been another team cast.